In this video, I want to illustrate some of the differences between an aftermarket thermostat and an OEM one. Now, you can't tell the weight, but this one, I guess nearly weighs double what the aftermarket one. This is the OEM one straight from the dealership, and this is the aftermarket one. Now, I replaced this, I put this in about just over a year ago. It's June 2021, and I installed this back in March 2020, and this has apparently failed. So this part failed on me, and when this fails, it can cause a real problem because your car overheats, and that could blow your engine and your whole car. So this is a pretty critical component, because when this fails, if you're not careful, you can destroy your whole engine. So this is what the aftermarket one looks like, and this is what the Toyota OEM one looks like. And you can see there's clear differences. About the only thing that's the same is the diameter, but this is like a fraction of the weight of the OEM one. You can see the size of the spring is significantly bigger. The size of what holds the wax in is significantly bigger, and then the whole assembly is just different. You can see the top of that there and the top of this here. So I would definitely recommend, and this one goes for like $12 at the auto parts store, and this one goes for like $20 at the dealership. So I would definitely recommend getting the OEM one. Now it may be different, depending on what car, but for Camrys, Avalons, the ES300, and a lot of the Toyota V6 cars, from the late 90s, early 2000s, use something like this, and it's probably still the case today. All cars need some kind of thermostat to allow the coolant to flow when it gets up to temperature and to hold it back when it's not, and it uses that little wax system. So if you're thinking that it's cheaper and easier to get the aftermarket one, just be warned that now, and surprisingly enough, the aftermarket one has a 1-year replacement warranty. So it lasted through the 1 year, and within months after the 1 year was over, it failed. So spend the extra money, get the OEM one for a part like this, so that you're not, fortunately, I was literally just taking a joyride, and I noticed my car was extremely hot. It was up in the red, and if I'd continued driving it, I would have blown the engine, and I was able to turn it off, make it down the road, turn it off again, make it down the road. Hopefully I didn't damage anything else, but it was a very scary situation. So if you have a bad thermostat and some of the symptoms are that the car's running, but the car's hot, but the radiator is cool, so there's no hot coolant running through there, then you likely have a bad thermostat. It could be a water pump, it could be a leak, it could be anything else, but from the looks of it, it was the thermostat. So that's just something to be aware of. Thanks for watching.